Hi everyone. Today we're going to explain you how to set up your Agroptima account so you can get started. So many of you have probably already entered in the web profile of Agroptima. First, you have to know that you have a web profile and an app, mobile app. So how does Agroptima work? In your everyday, you will work on the mobile app in order to input all your activity data. For example, applying a phytosanitary, fertilizer, etc. And all this information will be automatically saved and synchronized on your web profile. But first, you have to prepare your account and set up your farm in Agroptima. You will see that it's very easy. It will take more or less half an hour, but it's very important to set up your farm correctly, so then you can work very easily from the field. So let's start. The first thing that you have to set up in Agroptima is your fields. At the moment, you will have to draw your fields on the map. You'll see that it's very easy. Just click on Draw Field, and you can start drawing your field like this. You will see that it marks already the area, but you can change that, and you can assign it to the farm that you want. Okay. You can see that here you can look for your village or the nearest village, and then you can just look for your fields. So at the moment, Agroptima only allows you to draw the fields. You cannot import them from the pack, but if it's something that you find necessary, please let us know and we will implement that. So at the moment, you should draw all the fields like this. Okay, so, and once you have drawn all your fields, you will be able to see them already in your phone. So it's automatically synchronized. One important thing is that here you can select the maps provider. So if there is an image that it's not needed enough, you can try Mapbox, or you can try Google Maps or Esri. And you can choose the one that is better for you. Also, something else is that you can save the current position. So if here is the position that you always work, you can save it, and every time I reload the map, I will be centered in this position. Okay, so after you have drawn all your fields, you have to set up the crops. So how does Agroptima work? Every year, the fields remain the same unless you modify them, but the crops change, obviously. So every year, you have to open new crops. So let's go to crops. As you can see here, I have a calendar. Here are all my different fields. I already have not only 3, but I had already drawn many of them. And I can start setting up a crop for the different fields. For example, imagine that I'm going to set up a crop for these different fields. So I select the 3 of them, and let's say that in November 2016, I will start wheat, for example. So I set up a new crop in these 3 fields with all these hectares. I can modify the hectares as well, and I will select, for example, October until June 2017, and I will set up wheat. Okay, if you don't find your crops here, just let us know and we will create them for you. As you can see here, I already have the wheat. And I would do that for all the fields. for all the different fields. I can also do that directly on the app, on the mobile, but I think it's better that you create them now if you already know what you're going to plant, and because then it's just easier. Okay, a common question is, what if I don't know exactly what I will grow in this field yet? For example, it's the beginning of the season and I start working on the field, but I don't know what is going to be the crop that I'm going to grow. So in that case, when you are on the field, you will just say, set up a non-determined crop, and you can just go ahead. And once you know what you're going to grow, then you can come back here and you can just modify the crop. For example, imagine that here I said I wanted to grow wheat, but in the end I'm going to grow, I don't know, let's say corn or anything else. I would just come here and I would modify it. Okay, so I would select it and I would just modify here. Okay, I know that corn is not something you would grow that time of the year, but just for the example. So that's easy. So now that we have the fields and the crops, that's everything I need to start working on the field, on the mobile app. It's true that you can set up also other things, but it's not necessary now. Anything that, like from products, workers, machines, all these you can just configure it at the time that you are doing the activity. If you want, let's just have a look, and you could do it, it's fast anyway, but I'm just telling you that you can do it on the phone for those who don't like to work on the computer that much. So, for example, in the farms, you can see that I already had John Farm and John Jr. You can set up many farms as you need it. It's unlimited. Machines, you can also set up your machines here, the pictures. You can see that I can input all the data from the license plate, inspections time, registration numbers, the job types the machine is working on, etc. On the personnel, I can also set up the owners or the workers of the farm, but also external companies that are going to work, that are doing, for example, jobs for you. I can also set up clients for those of you who sometimes work for other farmers or just sell or just provide services to other companies or to other farmers. You can set up clients here, and then that will help you to stay organized and know exactly which jobs you have done for other customers. Products, okay. This is one of the parts of Agroptima that will need to be adapted to French market, and please tell us how it would work for you the best. At the moment, these products are from other countries, especially Spain, and these are registered products. We want to do the same for you, and we want to extract the list of authorized products in France. So now it's not there, but please start setting up your products manually and let us know how we can improve it. So in the case of a phytosanitary product, I would create a product in the French market. I don't know, for example, X, Y, Z product. It's not on the list, and then I can create it. So I would create this phytosanitary product, whatever the name is, example, and then I can input all the necessary data, the units as well. As you can see, this is not adapted to you all yet, but with your feedback, with your opinion, we will change that and we will make it adapted to the French reality. Okay, so you can save it and it's already here. As you can see, I can also edit it. And this list is the one that I will get in the app, in the mobile application. I can also set up, well, the rest of the products here, as you can see. And finally, the list of jobs. So here are the common jobs, the basic ones. But you can also set up new types of jobs, like fertigation or any, in this case, the type is fertilization. So I can set up any type of specific job that you do for yourself. It's important to categorize it correctly because later on for the costs calculation, every job that you do is well categorized and you know exactly the type of job that you did. For warehousing, you can also track your stock, as you will see later. So you can just set up different warehouses here, for example. Okay. Okay, so that's it. As you can see, it's fast. The only thing that will take you some time, maybe half an hour, 1 hour, is to correctly set up your fields. But this is just one time. It's set it and forget it. And I'm certain that you will have it in only 1 hour, more or less. Okay, so that's it for the configuration. Now we're going to the fields. We're going to take the mobile application. I will show you how to set up to record a new activity. So the first thing you want to do is to download the Agroptima app on your phone from the Google Play or Apple Store and then log in with your email and password. And the first thing you see here is the list of activities that you've done. To register your first activity, select Add Activity, and then you can choose to do an activity for your clients or for your fields. If you do services for other farmers, you can select for my clients. But if you only work for yourself, just select for my fields. Here I select the activity that I'm going to do. In this case, a harvest. Continue. And here, first of all, I select the fields that I am going to do this activity. I can select them from a list or from a map. Map is very helpful because through the GPS of the phone, I can easily select the field that I am working in. I can select several fields, and then I press on Continue. And finally, I just select the rest of the details of that activity. First, I choose the product that I'm harvesting. In that case, is a corn. And then I input the quantity harvested. In that case, for example, is 10,000, 100,000 kg. And here I can select also other details if you want, and the storage, etc. Then I choose the worker who is doing this activity and the machine. And I can control also the amount of time needed to do this activity. And finally, I just save the activity until it's green. All right, once we have saved our activity, it will be already available in the internet profile. So you have to go to Activities, and right here you will have all the activities that you saved from your phone. Okay, so what can I do with this data? I can download this data to Excel, or I can filter this data. Imagine that I want to know in a specific field what did I do in a specific date. I can just say, I can just select this field, and I will have all the activities registered in this field. Or I can also filter by job, and I will have the list of activities that I did. And then I can download this to Excel. This is important because it lets you create your personalized reports, and it's very easy because you can download it to Excel and you can then work with this data. As I told you before, you can also work with clients. You can see here, now I don't have any client, but if you would have saved an activity for a client, you could create here a list of activities and then print it and send it to your client. You can also here download the workers' activities. For example, you can filter by the different workers you have on your farm. Let's say that you want to get a report of John Green, for example. I would filter the activities by John Green, and I could later download the Excel, and I would have the amount of time that this worker did in a specific date range, etc. So this is just the agronomic part of Agroptima, and then this is what we call the field plan. And then you have the cost plan. The cost plan helps you identify what are your top performing crops and the total cost of a specific field or your whole farm. Here I already have the results of my farm, of my example farm. Okay, sorry, here I have it in dollars, but you can set it up in the currency that you want. In this case, it would be in euros. Here. Okay. So, and I can select the results to be viewed by hectares or hectares, by euros or euros by hectare. Here, for example, you can see that my whole farm has 21 fields, 4 crops, 4 varieties, and the total cost is this, and the total revenue is this. So it tells you the margin you have. And it tells you the margin by the different field. Here, if I download, I see I have no activities by these fields, but for example, in this case, in the field Big Square Vineyard, I have 2 activities, and this is the total cost per activity. And then I can also check the cost for machine, personnel, seeds, fertilizers, phytosanitaries. So this helps you identify all the costs broken down by the different factors or the different inputs. And also it has a ROI, return on investment, so you can see the return of €1 invested. Then you can also get this report by crops or by varieties. Okay. For example, in this case, I can analyze the Cabernet Sauvignon or the Explorer, etc. What is very interesting is to check the euros per hectare, because with euros per hectare, I can really compare the profitability across different fields. Finally, it's important to see that you can also filter by different fields, by different field groups, varieties, seasons, farms, and I can download this data to Excel. Okay. So, but you are asking how this data or how these results are calculated. Okay, so essentially this comes from inputting the right parameters of your farm. You need to set up the cost of the different elements, workers, machines, seeds, phytosanitaries, fertilizers, etc. And with the activities, Agroptima already calculates automatically everything for you. So you just need to set up all the parameters. It's also important to know that Agroptima saves the historic parameter data. So if you change a parameter here, it will be only changed. It will only be valid from the time that you specify here to the future. So that's all you need to know to configure your account. Now you have 15 days to test it out, and feel free to send us any questions so our team can help you. Bye.